You know he's fly when his hair is dyed and brill cream to spike. And the only thing he ever talks about is balik sekolah and his own motorbike. Don't bother with the fact that he's too young to get a license but still wants to ride. Fact is, he's been riding since 13 and has been running errands for his dad on the side, youth on the slide, fallen by the wayside long ago in a black night where he didn't want to run but couldn't hide. And had to do so because getting those cigarettes for Abah was his only way to a joyride. While his father makes a woman out of his sister, makes a martyr out of his mother as he rides another chapter in his motorcycle diaries. A chapter full of adventure and color, black jackets and brown boots and pink tights, yellow lights and red lights, all just another shade of green to his eyesight. Another shade that says he can make it right if it just don't stop. And if he goes faster, he will be on top. And that life is a never-ending race and his ride is his only saving grace. But if he could run that red, then he could have run for the state or fly to the States, come home and engineering graduate. But the only office he has is a 24-hour mama. The only time he flew was when he did the Superman. And the only certificate he has is his grade 3 SPM. But all that didn't matter. Because he's already got what he needs. He's got his brothers. He doesn't need to run for the state because he runs its streets. In the dead of the night when the Wakil Rakyats are fast asleep. In his red EX5 and brown leather jacket, no shirts, no ties, no bush jackets, no need for nonsense titles and these, no doctorate, no PhD, no degree, no IR, no need. He's won all of them with his pringing speed. Scourge of the road. Boogeyman of the late night drivers, king of the streets. King the day he left school and embraced the cold city night beat. King the day he felt he belonged, as his brothers gave him a sticker with his helmet and put the keys to his freedom and future in his hands, so much more than the state or the school or the ustad or the ustazah ever can. Beer cans, one-night stands. Because you see, they don't understand what it's like to grow up in two-room flats, or his understanding and appreciation of the institution called family fell flat, fading away in the smoke, as his father sits at home all day puffing and watching TV, and then yelling at the wife from the living room asking for more money, while blaming her for not working hard enough to earn a living, while she's hurting, her back straddling, number 4 and doing the laundry and cooking, and he's thinking, no way I will ever be king, kan? No way I will suffer only to become a statistic of the dasar ekonomi baru. Apa yang dasar? Apa yang baru? Kita beristighfar, diorang nyanyi lagu. Kita baca surat khabar, diorang baca buku. Kita terbiar, diorang buat tak tahu. Kita bersabar, diorang tak ambil tahu. Cuma mahu rumah besar-besar, berjuta-juta, beribu-ribu dalam hutan batu setiap satu. Ini bukan negara kau seorang, babe. Ini pun negara aku. Ini negaraku. Tanah tumpahnya darahku. Rakyat hidup bersatu dan maju, dan maju, dan maju. You know he's fly when his hair is dyed and brill cream to spike. And the only thing he ever thinks about or talks about is Bosia's bike races and his own motorbike. And that's all you'll ever know about him. And you'll never know his story or the pain he couldn't understand from history. All you know is that you see him everywhere. But you never look at him in the eye because he will stare. At roads, at traffic lights, at junctions in late nights, chasing the brake lights into the twilight, out of sight, chuckling in delight. As another pair of 16-year-old tits hugs him tight. Another young knight, headed for one of life's exits. As he helms on, revs up, and ramps it. So when I wrote this piece, it was back in 2010. I've always had a disdain for rempits. Not because like I thought they were the scum of the earth ke apa ke. They were just a nuisance lah, bising le babi, tu je. You know, you when you're young, you understand that you can only enjoy yourself as much as you can afford to. So when I wrote this piece, I macam, rather than writing about them and giving them a negative spotlight, I focus on the negatives in their life. I spotlight the negatives in their life and see if I could empathize.